Good morning, afternoon or evening and welcome back to Edenia. My name is Clown and you are watching Tekkit, Minecraft, modded Minecraft, and we're playing Tekkit Legends right now. Thank you again for tuning in. It really means a lot to me that you are watching this episode right now, leaving comments and liking every episode. Thank you for being with me on this adventure. Now, let's get back to business. We were talking about bees a lot, and we were doing something fundamentally wrong. The reason why we were not getting any crossbred trees is because we didn't use the right saplings. Apparently, it has been patched so that you need to put an oak sapling or a birch sapling through a tree analyzer first, which is a machine you can make, to get the apple oak sapling, and equally so the silver birch sapling. These are practically the same, but you need to craft them in this machine in order for it to work. So let's get rid of these two, and let's grab the apple oak saplings. No, we'll put the silver birch on this side. This flower really has to go. Silver birch on this side, and there we go. This one's invisible for some reason. Oh, that one's fixed. This one will probably fix if we put something next to it. Yes, great. And we'll put the apple oaks on this side. Now, as for the bees, I've done a bit of automation, as you can see. Only a very small bit though, and I'll show you how I did it in a second. I have got a wooden pipe from the side with a pulser that if there is anything in the inventory, it will pulse. These, for example, have meadow queens and meadow drones because I want to create a lot of meadow drones. I'm basically cloning these. Here as well, and there as well, and these will just go in here into this clay pipe, so it will insert any spares, and if there's anything left, it will go through this one-way pipe into this nether chest, ender chest rather, and these of course get emptied somewhere. I've got a chest here, and it will go through an apiarist pipe where it will say any bees to black and items into yellow. So the items will end up here and the bees will end up here. Now I've done a bit of beekeeping off screen. First let's have a sleep before we continue. Now to make these tree analyzer and bee analyzer, you need to have a carpenter. We've already had a carpenter filled with seed oil. This one is filled with water. The recipes are quite simple. It's just copper, a bit of glass and a diamond and some redstone. And for the bee analyzer, it's the same but with tin. We also have a centrifuge, which you need for the combs that you get. I don't know if I showed this last time, but this very simple setup, it's just some quartz kinesis pipes and a generator. One of these small electric flux generators, the same we're using for the quarry. This will power the machines whenever necessary, filled with blaze rods. And if you grab a stack of honeycombs or any combs really, you put them in here, and it will go through the centrifuge and it will yield some items, usually a honey drop and some beeswax. Now the beeswax itself, it's not very useful, but you can use it at least to make candles, or, which has my preference, a bit of wax capsules. These wax capsules you can use to transport water and whatever, and they dissolve after you use them, so it's like a bucket but without the need to remove the bucket every time, which is great. As you can see here, honey drops and beeswax, nothing too special. The carpenter is used to make a lot of different items as well. I don't know if there's a recipes button somewhere. Not to be seen here. Usually there's a you can press something for recipes, so you can see what you can make with the item, with the machine. But this carpenter doesn't seem to have anything. Clicking like mad. Also, here's the squeezer. I've used squeezer to get some honey. We'll use the honey in a later episode. Now, I don't want to dwell on bees too long because it can be rather boring, but I just want to point out that these wintry queens, for example, which I've automated, are ignoble stock. And ignoble stock will die out after a certain amount of generations. Some will last literally forever and some will die the first time. It's really up to luck. And if you want to if you want to use ignoble stock forever to produce drones and whatnot, you will need, instead of an apiary, you will need a bee house. Now, a bee house will host ignoble stock and will never fail to produce a princess, so you will always get the same return, but you have to manually operate them, as you can see. I can put the drones back in, because these are purebred drones, they will stack with each other. And that's it for now. I don't have anything more over here. I've got a Valiant Queen, which is kind of cool, I guess. These work day and night. And presumably they attack mobs as well, or it's the further mutated version of the Valiant Queen, something like the Heroic Queen, I guess. Those will actually attack mobs, which is great. Also get sugar and cocoa from these. It's all very fun to use bees, but we basically have infinite resources. So for us, bees are not very interesting, if at all. But it's just, I think the beekeeping itself is rather fun. Look at this. It's an apple oak. And this apple oak will produce different kind of leaves if there are bees pollinating nearby. Now, if you really want to take a look at how this works, you will need some spectacles. And if you grab some spectacles and put them on your noggin, you will be able to see crossbred leaves. Now, because this is a fresh tree, there's probably none around here. No, they aren't. But they will glow a bright white, so you can see when you need to use a grafter. Also, if you want to create more of these without using the tree analyzer, we can also use a grafter. Let's grab one, a grafter. There we go. Every time we graft this tree, we will get a apple oak sapling with an unknown genome. So that's a given. You can always use a grafter to get the sapling of your liking. Now, we will just leave these trees be for a while. That was a lot of ease in one sentence. We will leave this tree be for a while the bees do their work. These trees will grow eventually. They will produce more pollinated leaves. And we can use these to get an orchard. Now, if you have an orchard, you can use these trees to get all sorts of different kinds of wood. If you just take a look at wood, I believe I've already showed this, but you can get so many different kinds of wood. It's crazy, all these kinds of wood. And you can make them fireproof as well, apparently, which is nuts. Wow, you can even get mahoe wood and cherry wood, green heartwood, walnuts. It's all great stuff. You can have a very colorful world with all these kinds of trees. And if you plant a few like this one and you graft one up, you will get approximately a stack of saplings. So you can create entire orchards consisting of one tree, which is great. We're going to replace this entire forest, I'm sure. For now, though, I've expanded upon the wind turbines just a bit, just to get the quarry going really fast. Nothing new there. Let's take a look downstairs at the quarry. How far the quarry is concerning the digging, of course. It is rather far, and there's some water as well. I don't know if this is a smart thing. I know. We'll make a quarry fixer. A what, you say? Yes, a quarry fixer. It implies the quarry is actually broken, and I guess it is, sort of. So let's take a look at what we need to get the quarry fixer up and running. It's a dispenser and some iron gears. Well, that's easy. Have I made a dispenser yet? No, but I know the recipe by heart, luckily. We need a bow, some redstone, and some cobblestone. There we are. And we will also need some iron gears then. Iron gears, there we go. So let's make this. I think I know this by heart. Yes, that's great. We will teach the recipe for this, and then we will create a quarry fixer. It's a very easy to use machine. There we go. We'll just plonk it in here, and we'll put it right next to our quarry. Now, plonk it down here. Take a look. There is water inside. Now I press this, right click, and the water is gone. And it has made stone edges, preventing water from leaking in. That's it. That's everything it does. It creates barriers for water and lava, and it removes anything inside. So this lava will not be able to flow. Oh, let's quickly equip our ring so we can get rid of the mobs. It has removed all sources of fluid from the quarry. So if there's oil in the way, it's gone. If there's lava, it's gone. Everything is gone. So that's a good thing, because it creates a lot of lag if you have water or lava flowing into your quarry. So there you go. It's a one-use machine. You can store it or put it back in your transportation table. Oh, there we go. That scared me half to death. Oh, what a creep. Alright, I hope it's gone now. Probably will scare me once again, but... Alright, here's my my sorting room. I've made a very small upgrade to this concerning the bees. Any bees now go into this chest, which gets sorted upstairs where the bees are. Now, as I said before, keeping bees, it's very tiring. It takes a long time. You need a lot of drones. So we're going to build some things to help us, and they are all in the Gendustry mod. Gendustry offers a couple of solutions, like a mutagen producer and a mutatron, which will help us with the mutation of bees. It will create purebred bees, so they stack in a chest. You can also use an industrial apiary and get some upgrades for it. You can also create bees from scratch, but we'll just leave that alone for a couple of seconds, for a couple of episodes rather. First of all, we need some mutagen. We need some liquid DNA, so we need a DNA extractor, and we'll probably need some protein in the future as well. So let's get crafting. Now, before we create any liquids, we need a way to store the liquids. And I'm not talking about these crappy Buildcraft tanks. I mean, they are good at the beginning, but you can't really stack a lot of fluid in it. You'll need tanks going up to the ceiling of the world if you really want to store great amounts of fluid. So we'll just make some iron tanks. Now, to make iron tanks, we need to dabble a bit in Railcraft. And for anything Railcraft, you need a rolling machine. And this rolling machine, it's pistons, iron, and a crafting table, which is easy enough. Crafting table, there we go, and some iron. There we go, 4 iron ingots, and pistons. There we go, 1, 2, 3, 4. We can use this to make the rolling machine, which is stackable with EMC, so let's learn it. There we go, in case we ever need it again. And now I don't remember, I always forget, if this needs power. It needs a bit of power. Well, that's no biggie. We'll just... let's grab it and let's... Oh, where'd it go? There it go. There it went. Let's just put it right here. So it will require a bit of power, but we have plenty. We just keep burning up these blaze rods. Oh, we're full of blaze rods. Now the overflow is going. We could, of course, grab all the blaze rods, put them in here. Why not? We'll create a lot of EMC. There we go. We've upgraded to a Kleinstar Fear now. Great stuff. We could even get a sphere, but that will drain all of our EMC. Yeah, that's no good thing. Let's just grab this one. Great. So this one is now full of redstone flux. Now we can start building our iron tank. For the iron tank, we need at least 1 valve. I prefer to have 2. Must be in bottom 2 layers to output liquid. All right. I prefer to have 1 left and right of it. You can also put 1 on the top if you like. This will need iron plates. The iron tank wall itself will need iron plates as well, and this will probably need some iron plates. Yes. Alright, so we need some gauges, we need some of these. Let's build these. To make iron plates, we will need, of course, a bit of iron. So let's grab, how about 4 stacks just to start off with. Let's go. We'll just put this in here, this one there, and there we go. This will produce iron plates. Click to craft. Oh, you don't really need to click to craft anymore. Great stuff. So it will produce them infinitely, or at least until we run out of power or iron. So that's great, because we need a lot of these. Now besides that, let's take a look. Iron tank. Besides that, we also need some glass panes, I believe. Yeah, some glass panes and also levers and iron bars. Now, we've got levers and iron bars. That's no big deal. Iron bar. There we go. Levers. There we go. Let's just... that's probably enough. I don't think we need any more. Glass panes. We've got plenty in our sorting system. So let me get that and we'll get building. And now that we have a lot of iron plates, we're nearly done. We can finally make all the requirements we need to build some epic, impressive liquid tanks. Let's just wait for the last one, shall we? Click to craft. There we go. And that's it. That's all the iron plates we have. I've made a platform for 3 of these. 3 tanks next to each other. We can have another tank right here, actually, and perhaps even one in the corner. I don't know what we're going to put in the corner one yet, but probably here would be a good place to have the honey tank. We'll have liquid DNA, mutagen, and protein over here. We'll make some epic, strange, awkward machines. Let's start by having a platform. We want to walk underneath them, so let's have a platform. Let's have just iron blocks, I guess. We can afford it. We can afford to have iron blocks, which is great. You can make nice building materials out of these metal blocks. So let's grab a block of iron, let's learn it, and let's grab a stack of it. We can easily have a stack of these. So let's build these up. Let's say 4 high. We want to walk underneath them, but also have room for a bit of piping. There we go. 4 high. This one as well. And I'm going to repeat the process later on. First of all, we need to build a base for the tank. Now the base for the tank is always going to be the same. You need an entire frame made out of these iron tank walls. You can't have glass in the edges. You also can't have glass on the bottom. What you do want to have on the bottom is something like this. We'll just have a valve over here. And we'll also have a valve over here. So if we want to pump out of the side, we can. Now, this needs to be something like this. There we go. You don't have to do this, but I love to do this with the bottom layer, so you don't get to see the liquid until it's in one of the one layer up. You can make this glass if you want. You can also just make these ones gauge, tank gauge, which is the name of the glass. You can do it like this. You can also do it 3 wide, but I like to keep things fairly simple. I like to start with a layer of non-transparent and then work up. Now this is going to be at least 2 high already. Let's make it 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's make it 8 high just to start off. So this will also be a double. Oh, that's too far. There we go. Let's claim those back. 3, 4, 1, 2. Oh, we don't want that one. Thank you. We just want the normal ones. It's a bit tricky. They're all considered the same item apparently. So the hotbar refills them. If you run out of one or the other. There we go. We'll just do it like this. Let's build up these. And there you go. Now, bottom layer or not, this is the minimum required space to fill in. If you want to make these. I'll also put the tank gauge up here. So we can pump in from the top. We can also pump in from the bottom or pump out, and we can pump out from the side as well. Do note that these iron tank valves, they cannot go higher than the second layer from the bottom. These need to be on the first or the second layer, otherwise they won't work for pumping out. Right, let's fill in the rest with these gauges. Glass. There we go. And these gauges are exactly what they say on the tin. You can just use them to look inside your tank and see how full it is. So if you make your tanks like this and you finish them off with, there we go, come on, last layer, you finish them off, it will turn into a multi-block structure and you will have an iron tank. Now you can look in from any side, and this will hold 3.2 million buckets, which is great. Oh no, that's millibuckets, my bad. So it will hold 3,200 buckets. Well, we can expand upon this platform, and I probably will. We do need to overlap the entrance, the original entrance though, but I'm planning to get rid of the original entrance anyway. So there will just be this stairs leading down. This machine, I don't know if I want to keep this machine like this. We're probably going to use all the blaze rods in our next step though, because we need a mad amount of power if we want to use the gendustry stuff. All these machines, they use a ridiculous amount of power. We haven't been able to make yet, so we'll probably make a multi-block battery for that, and yeah, we'll just see from there. I also don't really like this ladder placement, but that is what it is, I guess. We need to, yeah, we definitely need to just live with this. Not gonna make this, not gonna change that up. So we used about 1.5 stacks. No, we used half a stack, I guess. Half a stack of iron blocks, I don't remember. Anyway, we used a lot. And 48 glass. 48 glass per tank. That's fine. That's basically fine. So I'll build some other tanks next to this, and I'll be right back. And there we go, just putting some finishing touches on the last tank. Probably next episode I will start building the gendustry machine so we can manipulate bees, even though we don't really need them, but we can at least make the best bees there are. We can have all sorts of automation going on. It's really fun, and in other mod packs where you're not so reliant on magic as I am now, just flying around gathering resources while I'm doing nothing at all, bees can be very lucrative. You've got all sorts of extra bees. There's even a mod called extra bees. You can have magic bees for Thorncraft. You can have, I believe, GregTech bees. There's all sorts of fun things to do with the bees. The least fun thing to do with bees, however, is waiting for them to breed. So at least we can automate that. There we go. That's the last iron tank done. I've got 5 on a row. I think that's plenty for now. We can pump from the bottom, and we can have some yeah, we can have some sweet machines going on here. Yeah, we'll just have the DNA needing machines right here. We can also use ender tanks to pump in and out of our machines, which is quite good. We can have an ender tank just sitting here collecting, I think it's 16 buckets of something. The rest stored in here as a buffer, and we can have a tank on top to fill up if needed. So it will be something like an endless loop. It will be rather confusing for the ender tanks, I'm sure. Anyway, these are probably alive for a long time now, these trees. So let's grab our spectacles. Let's just check for cross-pollinated leaves. I don't see any. Oh, there we are. There's a few. A couple of pollinated leaves. You can see them really clearly with the spectacles. Of course, you can see them when you are hovering over them, but you can see them clearer if you have the spectacles. They are very white. So let's grab a grafter. And let's see, because these are silver birch leaves and these are silver birch as well. But yeah, these are silver birch, just the same. But they... Oh, this is apple oak, I guess. And this is also apple oak. So it's not all what it seems, which is really good. You can have a lot of... oh, there's another one. What are you? Silver lime. So that's our first new sapling. So I propose that we get rid of these, plant the silver lime, and take a look at what it looks like next episode. For now, thank you very much for watching. If you like this episode, please let me know by pressing that big thumb up. Let's leave a like on this episode. If you didn't like this episode, you are very, very much free to use the dislike button. It's there for a reason, and at least you're being honest on the internet. 2 silver lime saplings. Look at that. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.